and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
ETN up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a 1st quarter grab here. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Straight ahead, ETN. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Niners are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
From the gun, it's Walker. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by Cup. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Here we go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ready up. Yellow. Yellow. 20.
He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Green, get 10, black. Yellow, go.
Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Next red. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Hey, check that. Ready, go.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Oh, nice move. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go-around, a first down as well.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a good game here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To the left side, catch made by Arroyo. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional round weekend. Second and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
York able to send this one through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Second and 9 now. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ballgame here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 5. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll empty out the backfield and ready for a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
York able to send this one through.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball under 39. Here's second down and 7. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And now they'll shift things around. He'll look to throw. Left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Ready.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Ready, ready. At the 7-yard line.
Go, Reed. Go, come on. Hey, let's go.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Watch it. 6, yellow, ready.
They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
Red, 38.
They'll set up a throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Niners have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw now on first down. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it second down.
19 Charger. 2. Hawk 70.
Back to throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Pass taken in. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd down and 6 now. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45 out of bounds at the 44.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Come on, set.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mills used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. Can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. Going up top for Cup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 43.
Handoff running left is ETN. And he is at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Here comes 2nd down.
Ready. Red, 38. Red, yellow. Ready.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 10 black. Ready.
Here's a give to ETN. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock.
Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This would put them in the NFC title game. And he got it. The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game.